coming into this one here. A very 1-2 line orientated from Rusty Roster Mojo.
Well, Utopia sending only Papapavian down to spot the 1-2 line. They do not want to take any damage unnecessary there. Majority of forces going for the big lighthouse. And we've seen how powerful those positions are, especially when you do all the climbs and overpower the enemy there. Papapavian taking a shot. Really aggressive spotting by him.
Yeah, Papapavian has to be careful in here. Basista will be off reload.
Oi,
Now,
oi, oi.
rip Papapavian. Takes another shell, gets out though, and he got a lot of intel for his team though.
Shuku is there on a kind of a bad spot also. I think he will have to fall down maybe.
Shuku there has to be careful. Already we can see Shepshashenian pretty aggressive in that 1-2 line now. Look at this.
Really
split.
unusual.
Look-
Shepshasheni on tier 8. I don't think he played it before.
Look at this split so far. Like everybody from Rusty Roster is in the 1-2 line, completely ignoring the 2-cap.
What is Pashka doing there?
Probably doing the climb from that side. Here's Shuku trying to trade some shells. He has a pretty hold down position, so a little bit favored for him here.
I don't like that position because it's kind of susceptible to...
Well, Shepshashenian will wreck him at this point.
Exactly, and he's in on reload now, so he would require help from someone to detach from the main force.
And he's not spotted, so Shepshashenian.
Whoop. Let's see. Well, Muka is going back to find an angle to help him out. If someone actually presses him, and Shepshashenian, if he gets spotted now, can be in a problem. Well, you can see Muka mastering some of the basic climbs here now, but that gives him a really good cooldown against enemy.
Now Shepshashenian here locking Shuku pretty much in his base. Figo there in support.
Honestly, here you don't know who locked who. Because Utopia is still on attack, let's not forget. If they manage to solo out one tank for free, that's cool. But Shuku taking a shot by Shepshashenian.
Shuku has to hug this rock like it is his life at this point.
Rocky's life, we already know that.
Now finally Utopia starting the cap. I feel like this was a little bit slow here.
Yeah, they had to check out a lot of stuff and Papavian had to drive all over the map.
Now Figo getting spotted there, taking one shell of his trouble. Now he's also pretty much stuck in there. Shuku trying to let some shells go, lands another one to Shepshashenian now.
Really greedy by Shuku at the moment. Honestly, he should preserve his HP and rely on Muka because Muka is doing nothing behind him at the moment. He's just protecting his HP, let's say it like that. Cap pressure is still going on and it doesn't look like Rusty Roster wants to do anything about it yet. Pashka is sitting up there on position where he can rest it easy, but he's not firing since he doesn't see anyone.
Milosh seems to be looking there, but now at the same time, what
It
is
looks
the
like
play?
Catch Me and Hallucinogen guys are gathering up. Look at that.
There's 3 guys there. Shuku is still kind of caught in this one though. So Figo now trying to run away actually. Muka also repositioning. Now Diablo taking one, loses his turret, loses his commander as well. Pashka there from the back line, some nice shells, but Prosto at the same time taking some as well here. Still looking okay for Rusty Roster, but as I stated, Prosto taking even more.
Figo is coming in there, but this is still a long-range kind of exchange. There is no real push to spot the cap. But Papapavian rested it. Did he get shot? I didn't see. I didn't see any damage coming to him.
He took some, I guess it was from Pashka. It's Prosto here. No repair kit and ammo rack damage. So these 3 shells he has, is pretty much all he has for the rest of the game.
Well, pretty cautious game still by Rusty Roster. They're a little down on HP, but it's still not tragical. The problem is they really don't have the control over the cap.
Utopia has a
issue.
very strong position on them with that hill position.
Because Bihu and Miloš, one of their top damage dealers, are there on the top of the hill on good positions. No matter what happens down, they will be able to reload and come up and mop up the situation after.
You can see the crossfire here from the hill position. Miloš covering one angle, Mistral is covering the other, and Cap is still on. So at one point, they're going to have to reset this one.
80 more seconds going. Not the fastest decision making by Rusty Roster. It looks like they're still in debating phase what to do. And it looks like Utopia will boost the cap with Forbidden.
It's a good idea. Boosting Forbidden in the cap, just have to make sure they don't commit too much forces to this capture circle. Now Pashka, still full HP. At one point, he's going to have to make a play as well.
Everyone is trying to see, will the enemy make a mistake? Hallucinogen going in reload, not a good time for a reload. Not a good time. Because the cap will be just split in half now.
Milosh taking some here as well, getting spotted in a pretty bad angle, taking even more Milosh, but Prosto in return taking some as well. Now, this capture circle down to 30 seconds.
If Prosto falls, the entire defense of Rusty Roster is out.
But there comes the play. Now Catch Me pushing forward. Muka only having one available. Basista just trying to cover from the backlines. Muka is now on reload. 7 seconds left on this capture circle. 5 seconds left. They need to get the reset now. Pashka not getting close enough. 1 second. Can he get it? As it doesn't seem. As he does actually get the reset. But the damage being lost straight so far and capture back down to 0 seconds. Doesn't land onto Papa Pavian. And that will be it. Utopia picking up the first round, Mojo.
Well, Pashka almost managing to do something what happened to Kazna previously, but
They were
not
losing the
good enough.
damage straight.
Yeah, they're not good enough. Not good enough. Utopia, as we expected, more aggressive, taking more important positions.
They had so much
Rusty
control.
Roster is still trying to do some distance fight to avoid the direct brawl and losing the game in the process.
That 1-2 line, that entire capture circle was so easy.
It was wide open.
It was wide open for Utopia.
The entire play was going, will they make a mistake, maybe suicide the tank, and then we will overmatch them. But
Ishu and
no.
Milosh kind of making a mistake, but still. The angles they had.
There was no big enough mistakes. Like the biggest mistakes were made by Shuku down there, who was shooting on them. And that's why they had to even pull back one guy to protect Imuka. But overall, Utopia had a standard decent game and too much passive games from Rusty Roster. And that's why I don't think they can win this, because the maps coming don't favor them in that fashion.
Now take a look at the stats from that last round. As you can see, it is going to be Shuku. 4k damage here. Double of the next one, pretty much.
Quite a lot. Quite a lot for that greedy peeking paid off, I guess. Catch Me on that position high up. Did a decent amount of damage, but that's just not enough. And at the end of the day, you cannot close a deal like that.
Rest of the damage fairly spread between these two. Not much to
Let's
note
not
here.
remind that even most of the tanks didn't die. So
Well, Halu. Not so great.
didn't hit the shell, and then he pushed with the reload because he was forced to. He was in your team, right?
Mojo, don't say those kind of things.
He is in your team.
Yeah, he is in my team. It's not been good. Not been good for me so far. Oh, get a little tear to my eye when this happens now.
Until next Monday.
Until next Monday. We said that these maps here do not favor Rusty Roster.
Now they have to attack on Cliff. So Cliff is never taken by really slow play. If they try to do that,
Let's take a look at those lineups though for that second round on Cliff and Mojo.
and they are trying to do it like that.
Oh, Utopia has a LAN already as well.
3 TVPs, I don't like that. Why so much? I mean, it looks like they are anticipating maybe Rusty Roster will just do some suicidal attack, but they're not Rage Quit. Rage Quit does that. On the other hand, Rusty Roster playing with Arti, it's a big hint. What will they do? But it might pay off, honestly, if they gather the corner as well. If they manage to get some hill control with several butchots and position the rest down there to protect the Arti, Arti can actually make a hell.
Let's see what Rusty Roster has in store for us though as the game is ready. Let's get into it. The second round between these two. Onto Cliff. Mojo, we remember from Mines when they played with RT, they played very passive though, so
Pashka.
can he do it?
I don't know. One shot incoming. Pashka is going in a corner. He will be fairly safe there to get there. It's pretty damn close to impossible. You need only one guy to cover you, more or less. But maybe Papa Pavian in some leap can just go there and pick him up.
Rest of the forces for both teams gathering in the middle here. Shuku on that crossing. Should be fine for now.
It's not even a bad play by Rusty Roster. It's a bit risky.
But Shukudu got tracked there, did get safe now. Took a little bit of first trouble, Mojo, but still. Nobody in 1-2 line there to challenge him.
And Utopia has too many TVPs, not enough budget, so they will not climb from the back. They have to commit all the forces there. Rusty Roster on the other side, are they even attempting to climb?
Now is Papapavian going to sneak through and get the
And there
Artie?
is some splash damage here.
Oh, and there we go. Already Halu taking a lot in this one as well, but those TVPs and Basista also dropping really low, and he goes down. And look at Papapavian. He should be getting the RT here.
This is such a bad play by Rusty Roster now. They haven't practiced this boost, obviously, otherwise they would be on the top of the hill already. And this kind of rotation, you never ever turn your enemy back on cliff. That is always a death sentence.
Here comes Papapavian as he takes down Pashka, so artillery removed. One tank, two tanks down.
And they're stuck below the cliff.
Utopia has all the higher ground, every single part
I
of
think
it.
Utopia just doesn't know where Prosto is at the moment, but everyone else is spotted. And T49 Papavian will come from the back very soon.
Not looking good again for Rusty Roster here. Shepshashanian taking some more, trading with Bishu. Zondrilo now, Bishu. Can he close it? As he does. Now Shepshashanian down as well, and Utopia still with 7 guys alive. It is not looking like Rusty Roster's map at all. Now catch me getting clipped by Forbidden and for going from bad to worse here for Rusty Roster. As now Prosto getting jumped on from all sides as they push him down the hill. Diablo will be the one to pick it up. Still 7 guys alive for Utopia, and the last 3 are hugging the mountain, but their death is imminent.
It really looks like Rusty Roster is completely clueless what to do on cliff at the moment. They're just running around and getting shot left and right. I kind of feel sorry for them at the moment.
Figo will be able to pick up Forbidden, making it a little bit closer, but now he goes down in return. Catch Me taking more. Catch Me goes down. Halu is the last one standing at Diablo. No Muka will be the one to close it out, making it 2-0 now. And our fear, what we thought would happen, it did happen.
It was pretty obvious since the moment they tried to turn back and run. That is such a rookie mistake on cliff. And you never can do that unpunished. Never.
And bringing in RT, but then leaving him alone?
I can understand that, because you can rely maybe on shooting with some guys there, making some angles, but once Utopia realized everyone is there, all 6 guys, and those 6 guys didn't even bother to take the hill control, well, what was the meaning of these plans?
They were all on the side of the mountain. Utopia had the entire hill under control.
Utopia had the control of the hill with inferior tanks. That's even the worst part.
Let's take a look at the stats though from that last round. Yeah, Utopia with those TVPs now. The TVP is actually going top damage here.
Yeah, but it was easy because they were running away, so they were just shooting them in their backs. So there was nothing to even be challenged with. Pretty obvious game. Bad play by Rusty Roster. Sorry guys. Back to the drawing board. Delete this plan forever.
Do not play Cliff again.
Well, next map should be much more something for them.
Next map should be something for them, and they're going to be defending first as well. Now Pashka, Halu.
This is where I see the 1 point for them.
Now this next map, they really need 2 rounds, I would say.
They need an equalizer, but we've known already, next map being Himmelsdorf, they're a really good defensive team.
I mean, in Utopia against KB, 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah. So, kind of Utopia is really good there, but I think Rusty Roster maybe can pull off a defense there.
A defensive win.
Yes, but in offense, I really don't see them there. It's kind of not going to happen. Not with this slow play stuff.
Let's pretend like it is going to happen, okay?
Okay. And then...
But then it's mine.
Okay, let's focus on Himmelsdorf. So, defensive side of Himmelsdorf for them can work out.
Can work. They were seeing them on mines. They were really
They
strong.
played it with a couple of TDs there. They had really good coverage by heavy tanks. So
Shield a wall by Yamto.
Shield wall. Yeah, they were covering each other well, doing those short rotations pretty well. Responses, focus fire was okay. So even Ding didn't manage to penetrate that. But then when the offensive side came, it was kind of confusing for them. Too much to do.
Too much to do. Just waiting for our teams to get ready in this one. Now, I don't know. Utopia seems so good on Himmels against KB. I don't really see that there's any... I mean, KB, I'd rate them just a little bit higher than Rusty Roster.
Oof, that's harsh sometimes. KB has a lot of potential, and they're definitely, in my eyes, better team on open maps than Rusty Roster. Rusty Roster is just proven to be really nice defensive team, and if you give them time to think what to do, they can make the right choices. But the fast-paced games are not suited for them.
These maps don't really suit them, though. We've seen Utopia, even on Himmelsdorf, they can make the game very, very fast-paced.
Yes, we've seen them rush several sides. We've seen that 8-line push. That's kind of really hardcore. We are laughing ourselves, but it's actually really effective. But let's see what they prepared here for us.
Let's see what they have in store for us here. You can see Utopia. No real surprises there. The 3 bad shots.
Utopia fast setup as usual. 3 Chinese, 1 tier 9, 2 tier 10s. Grille, Muka really doesn't give up on that. And 3 bad shots. Rusty roster, sticking to all habits. 2 IS4s, E3, FV, TD183.
Is that the exact same lineup they
It is.
used? I think, yeah, I thought so. I mean,
It
maybe
is.
Yamto can make another wall.
We will see. We will see. But I'm really interesting to see, will they change something in this? Because if they just stick to the old demo, Utopia is well known of studying their opponents. They will find a way to counter it. Easy. They
But
already have a plan how to counter it.
They probably already have a plan how to counter, but let's see how this one is going to go. Is Utopia going to show their dominance on Himmelsdorf, or is Rusty Roster going to come back? Let's find out. So here we have it, Rusty Roster on the defensive side. Now Mojo, what do you think of the start? It's the 8-line rush.
Well, it's been done by Utopia before. They know that Rusty Roster with this lineup cannot really cross and challenge them on 8-line. They're too slow for that. Maybe Pashka can land a lucky shot, but who will spot for him?
No, this is a very... Oh, Pashka. He's going to have to have...
Milos is the only guy spotted and Pashka can maybe shoot him. That's about it. But Pashka is spotted now, so he will have to back off. And Basista, it will be in a problem now. Because no one is covering him effectively.
The Shuku really wants to take this peek here. Yes,
Yes,
he does.
he does.
Pashka is on reload already. Oh, these bad shots, this is working wonders now. Yes, they're trading some damage, but they will take down Pashka pretty much for free, as they do for very limited amount of damage. But Shuku getting double tracked.
Perma checked by 1319 and FE heavy.
Oh, but getting
Lucky
out of
one.
there. Now, already losing that FVTD. Yes.
Basista did a lot of damage there, but it is kind of random, and they don't have the big hitter. The only guy who can do a one-shot on like 3/4 of their team is down.
Oh, Rusty
Bad positioning.
Roster.
Bad
Oh,
positioning.
it's failed spotting checks. The bad shots go past Basista without him ever noticing.
Yeah, Basista should have never been down there. If he wants to spot for him, he should have been between the buildings, much closer to the green so he can run away. But he was scared, I guess, so he doesn't get caught by Batshot somehow, and that really costed them. It's kind of a lapse in judgment, probably in experience. They were not aware that Utopia can act like this.
Utopia bringing out another variation of that rush with bad shots we've seen so far. We've seen them rush 1-line, 8-line, and now we've seen them rush the 3-line.
It's not even a variation of rush. I would say it's just a good response on an enemy. While they're driving, they're deciding what to do. It's pretty good because you cannot predict their reactions that easy.
Now they left Shuku there. He's just proxying whoever comes there. Muka and that grill, we saw him do some awful high amounts of damage already on Himmelsdorf.
Halo is covering the 5-line, so they're trying to make sure that no one comes from there because the biggest danger for Prosto is that 5-line.
Oh,
And there we go.
Halu in that E3 smacking
Shuku found him. Shuku found him.
Shuku did really find him. Now Milos is crossing over, but
there is a payback.
there's the return. Muka in that gorilla, like we said, he plays that really well.
Now. Yes, Muka after the first matches definitely learned on his mistakes and he's paying attention on classes and doing the damage all the time now in that grille. So it's paying off by far.
Now what is the plan for Utopia in this one?
They could not really easily trigger the cap, but considering they have all those 1-1-3s, I don't know why they don't just try to dig out Prosto. But Prosto is probably too far up, so they cannot shoot
even
him.
spotted?
I think not.
So far, no clue that IS-4 is really there.
Yeah, that's why they're putting all the forces like this. Maybe a slim hope for Rusty Rostrel. Poor Pashka.
Now Milosh rotating in between the two. Let's be careful here from the E3. Wilkie taking some damage as well. Halu taking some more Bishu now. Now they found Prosto.
Yeah, but Muka is taking damage here. Well, okay guys, this plan will not work. Time to drive again.
Now the good part for Utopia is that their lineup is very good at rotating.
Yeah, they can go wherever they want all the time. Honestly, I think they should just push one medium down the rail and make a crossfire on Figo and guys. Because he is fast enough, they need to deal with Basista. And after that, they just need to trench up with majority of tanks and play around with Bachat sniping them in the back. Because they will deny them a lot of position like that.
Does look like they want to rotate here. Now Basista has to be careful in this one as he could be very easily caught by Forbidden.
Forbidden going full speed YOLO on him. Basista is running away even faster than that.
Well,
pedal,
now
pedal, little one.
Is Basista gonna keep running? He's gonna, he's gonna stay there. Now, nobody really there from Utopia to punish him through that gap. Kind of disappointing.
I think they lost vision of him. It's still a light tank. He faded a while ago. But Basista managed to run away in one piece. And Utopia is gathering up. And will they try to push Halu?
If they triple peek and penetrate, oh, Forbidden. Timing not working out in his favor then.
Still, Halu, he bounces shells and
ooh, Halu fired though. This is the moment. Now they need to take him out. They need to peek. That's the first.
There is Grilla peeking out now and naming.
No, Muka's just crossing. Wilkie got crossed. Wilkie could cross over as well. Now Papa Fabian, can he close it? Can he get the shot? No, the bounce, but they don't know if the ammo rack is damaged for Halu.
Vilkund is aiming now.
Can he get it? Marshall, as he does. Nice. So that E3 now out of the equation as well. Yes, the HP is close.
We already noticed that Halu is taking those really risky positions sometimes.
Yeah.
We were wondering why.
Now he was caught out there alone. Nobody from his team really able to help him. You know, he fired one shell, missed it, and even if he penned it, he would be dead.
But he would make his team's life a bit easier.
I like this. Papa Byron's now crossing over into the window. Yes,
oh, this is so old school. This is so old school. Putting a tank here to deny the rotation.
But this is good.
No, this is perfect. This is the best you can do with this kind of game.
Now Forbidden is also crossing through the one line, and nobody really there to even punish him. Yes, he takes some damage, takes some more damage, but all that matters is that he got across, and Utopia is in a fairly strong position now.
Papa Pavi and their guys now, this is what was used in Tier 8. You would push an Ice 3 there or T32, and he would deny the guys coming from the other cap rotation. And proxy the guy. Also, we noticed when Catch Me was playing around with Ding, why there was no one from Utopia to shoot him from another side. I mean, from Ding.
Figo.
But Utopia is not making the same mistake.
Now Figo goes down, Catch Me goes down, Basista goes low, and Utopia again showing us what kind of a good Himmelsdorf team they are with those bad shots. A lot of rotations here, and Prosto, a lot of HP, yes. A lot of support, no.
Rip that 5.5 to 2. Scratch to 5-1. Doesn't look good for Rusty roster. Utopia.
Look at that hold-down Miloš has right now.
Utopia went really well prepared in this match. They studied Rusty roster quite a bit, and Rusty didn't change their habits. Not about a single. There is absolutely nothing they can do now to win.
Muka picks up Basista, and it's just 2 IS4s against 6 guys from Utopia. I mean, Muka is now driving forward in the Grilla. He wants some extra damage. As
he does.
807, nice roll there. Muka goes low, Prosto goes down, and that will be Utopia again, picking up the next round mojo. This is starting to look really, really dire for Rusty roster.
3-0, and Rusty roster is going on attack with their passive playstyle. No, not gonna be good.
Failed spotting check. Not spotting the bad shots. Pashka goes down for free.
It was a big mistake, not well coordinated between Pashka and Basista. Basista went for a standard spot down. This is a safe spot, but then you do not leave people where Pashka is, because exactly what happened can happen. Those bad shots can just turn around any fast tanks and just go unspotted.
And then Halu
Halu's
mean,
position, knowing that the only logical choice
for
that
Utopia is to
Utopia
rotate.
was to actually go for him. He was the single person in entire defense that had no cover by anyone. He was just relying on his armor. Not good enough when you don't have any sandbag to cover you.
Not good from Rusty Roster. We can look at the stats here from that last round. Papapawian, Milosh, Bichu. Nice.
Really, really decent damage by those butt shots. And honestly, much more damage by 113s than expected. But then I remember they took entirely
The Ice Force.
the Ice Force and E3 before that and so on. So decent performance
Even
overall.
Shuku and Muka there.
Pashka, 0 damage. A big problem for them.
A big problem from them. Pashka and then Figo, 400. Halu, 1 shot.
Figo also one of their main damage dealers doing only that. That's not good for Rusty Roster.
That is not good enough for
I
a team.
expected a bigger fight by now, honestly.
It doesn't look like the Rusty Roster from the out of range match.
It doesn't look like they're on the level in the moment. But a lot of tough matches behind them. Maybe they're just tired.
This really doesn't look good for them. Now they go to the offensive side.
It doesn't suit them well by playstyle.
And then mines after, where they have to attack.
Okay, scratch the one. Sorry.
Mojo.
I like you, but this time, guys, but
Yeah,
it's kind of that. That's how we think.
it's not looking good in this one. Himmelsdorf, Utopia has shown now in so many occasions they are good on it. They like to play it. They can adapt on the fly.
They play fast in attack, they play fast in defense, they rotate well. I mean, and they will not go for Sun Trap because they will wait for something to trigger them first.
Take a look at the lineups, though, moving into our 4th round between these two. Utopia could bring themselves to match point already. Now with the FE 4005 Mojo.
Slower setup by Rusty Roster in attack, E3 and FV, TD. That's kind of a hill play, we already know that, but Utopia has an FV of their own.
They have an answer for that hill play, though.
Also, we've seen them cut off the tier 8 line with these T10s.
The T10s go over the rubble. They drive over, they control the 8 line. It's going to be interesting to see if Utopia decides to go for the same.
Buttshot, E5, they can control whatever they want with this. Like that original 8-line push can work easily against this, because this is a really kind of a slower setup by Rusty Roster. Not really meant to deal with it.
This reminds me...
They can go over the hill, but with this, Utopia can just meet them in a crossfire.
Does seem like our game is ready, so let's get into it. Utopia could bring themselves to match point after this. So I'm going to say, Mojo, this lineup reminds me a little bit, perhaps there might be a restart?
Sure. I hope not.
Neither team is moving so far.
Oh snap.
And it is going to be the restart. You know, my eyes, young eyes, I spotted that.
I wished it not to be true.
Now, I was going to say, when we got into that, it reminds me of KB. Remember the very slow setup they brought over the hill?
Yes.
Rusty also kind of reminds me of that a little bit. If they get locked on that hill the same way KB did, it's not going to end really well.
It's pretty damn a big problem if you don't manage to do rotation from the hill down. But Utopia, with their fast play on 8 line, which they performed before, if they don't see anyone, they will just leave a spotter and make a huge crossfire on anyone trying to go down. And we heard Shebrzhenian had some problems with internet, so
Fatal error.
Fatal error. Fatal error. So we will have to wait for him. He is actually the vulnerable one. He already dropped while they were in the middle of the push, if I remember correct.
That was a bit out of range. Prokhorovka on the offensive side.
It was actually a game that could have brought them 3 points instead of 2. But
this is not the same Rusty Roster, though.
No.
How 1 week difference can mean so much?
They look a bit deflated now. That one, they're so pumped up and, we know want to do this and so on. But maybe it's the problem with the amount of tactics they prepared, because it looks like their tricks are used. And the people are already used to, oh, look at what these guys can do.
The further we get in the season, the more and more teams will have to start relying on adaptability rather than originality.
Yes, so these kind of tricks can be sold once or twice, but that's about that. Then you have to come up with the new ones. And if you don't have players who are able to, on their own, respond to some situations without firm instructions, that's a big problem. If you have to micromanage your 7 players, you're always in inferior position.
At least Rusty Roster get kind of a timeout here.
Yeah, they can like chill out and chillax and
I
talk.
don't think they have anything to chill out about.
Maybe they can talk about, oh, how, look, Utopia has the same setup as they played last 2 times and they rushed 8-line both times. What will you do about that?
What can they really do with the lineup they brought here? Sneak peeking again. It's very... E3 and FE 4005 is not rotational tanks.
No, it's a big problem for them.
It is going to be a big problem for
But
them.
they can make kind of a pincer against Utopia and that might work.
Well, we've already seen what happens if you push that 8 line though.
Not good.
You got caught in between 2 sides.
Not good, especially since FETD is covering them between those doorways all the time. So no, not like that. It has to be pushed from the north, but you still have to have few tanks that will hold off and push from this side. Maybe 50 Bs combined with 3090 and so on. We'll see. Maybe Utopia will play something completely different.
Really? You think in Utopia will play something completely different? I don't think so.
They don't
Not
care
when they're
what it is.
not when they're
No,
3-0
that's a
up.
solid tactic, honestly, and against this I would play the same.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like our game is ready. Thank you for sticking with us. So let's get into it. Now again, Utopia could bring themselves to match point. Here we go. They're moving.
Everyone is moving. That's the important part.
Now, actually, Rusty Roster, Mojo. Everybody towards the K line except for that FETD.
It's pretty normal when you want to make a crossfire with the remainder of your team. But the play coming from... Utopia is playing the same. It's identical. It's identical.
Yeah, it is identical. If you pay attention to Wilkie and Papapawian,
Don't call him Wilkie, please.
Wilkie could. Papapawian, they will drive over the rubble pile here as they do. Up and over they go. And then they will control the 8 line. Now, Rusty Roster, can they take 1-2 line control though?
The question at hand is now they spotted all the guys, but FVTD is there as a joker in a play. He did not allow himself to get spotted. So if Papapavian and the guys go carelessly on the middle, they might take a butt shot from that FV.
But the FETD seems to be rotating now as well. Pashka
What?
moving out.
Why? That
Now-
was the best position for him in the game on the top of the hill. Like Papapavian would be an ex-Papapavian now.
Now the readjustment coming. A lot of tanks here in the 1-2 line for Rusty Roster. Utopia slowly but surely getting a nice surround here though. Muka, that FE 4005 has a shell ready.
Okay, so they took control of the rail with the entire team except FVTD. What now?
They land another shell on Shuku, who gets greedy.
Nothing new there.
Shuku now down to half HP. And Pashka kind of waiting in the 8 line for something.
And there is a counter push on hill by Utopia because they are expecting that FVTD to be somewhere there to deal the damage.
Oh
But
boy.
once they... And he's coming back now? Seriously?
Oh boy.
Seriously, make up your mind already. Maybe
No.
he can one-shoot one of
The
these.
timing is going to be very crucial here. Bishu and Forbidden.
I don't think they will expect him here.
I know they won't. That's the good. That's the scary part. Bishu. Oh no, he's driving straight into him. Pachka. 1,964. Goodbye, Bishu. Now Forbidden is driving forward. He needs to kill the 3090 first. No, Basista kills Bishu. Forbidden, you need to kill the 3090. Nice ram here. He really needs to kill him and get on the side. Pachka though. Reload. Reload. Oh, Forbidden.
Oh, it will be
no,
a butt
Forbidden.
shot.
Oh, then... Oh, goodbye, Forbidden. Both these 50 Bs. Pashka does it in the FETD. Now, Utopia.
Do you remember what we said are prerogatives how to win a Himmelsdorf in attack for Rusty Roster?
Wait for the enemy to come at you.
Wait for enemy to suicide somewhere. Good job, Utopia. You managed to do it.
Oh, no, not like this. Feels Venus, man. Feels Venus, Mojo.
The pain that came out through that barrel.
And the timing was so magnificent. Pashka comes around the corner as Bishu is full speed. And then Forbidden really should have covered his teammate a little bit better there. Because Batista managed to pick it up. If Batista didn't pick up Bishu...
The chaotic
Oh, but
timing.
can he just get the shot onto Papapawian? Can he? Can he? Can he? He's going to pen another one here. Oh, Papapawian drives forward though. Doesn't want to take the fight.
Come on, Pashka.
No, Papapawian is already, well, not safe, but driving forwards to die against other tanks here. Muka, can he pen? No, but still nice damage though. Same time, we'll keep Papapawian here chasing down Figo actually. Figo is on reload. I mean, this is not over yet.
Should have only just put a full break and wait for Pashka to kill him off. Like, running away was actually the worst choice he
Now
could
Pashka is waiting around this corner as he does. Now it's all onto Milosh, Muka, and Shuku. Utopia, Utopia, Utopia.
That was stupid. Okay, there's not another way to call it.
Really wanting to close out this one a little bit too early, one would say.
I'm gonna have to play a bit more because of that.
Sheptrashenian here, Muka. Can he land it?
Maybe we're back to 5-2.
Oh, nice pen from Muka though. He does pen Sheptrashenian. Milosh picks him up, but now rip Milosh.
Let's go, Milosh. You can do it. You're the best. Not.
As Figo picks up Milosh, and it's all onto Shuku. Yamto will drive forward. Yamto should be able to pick it up as he... No, he doesn't. So it's going to have to be somebody else. Maybe Pashka. Might be Pashka. No. Nope. He wants to die against Yamto. Yamto will be the one to pick it up. Mojo, your scoreline is back.
My scoreline, or 5-2, or even not 5-1 now, is possible because they will have to play both games on mines. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, true.
So we will see Rusty roster on defense on mines.
The round. Pashka and then FVTD. The timing could literally not have been any better. He comes around the corner and... Hello.
Pashka the heavy hitter.
Oh, Beach and Forbidden are going to be hitting themselves for that one.
Seriously, why rotate like that in Utopia? They already had, like, Papapavian was pretty much safe there in the middle. No one was challenging him for a while. If someone remained on a hill, they would shoot him by far.
They could have just had control of the hill and that's it.
Yes, but they had to chase. Greedy.
Greedy. A little bit greedy there from Utopia now. Giving one round over to Rusty Roster. Utopia has to be careful with this.
Yeah, because now mines, a lot of things can happen there, but Rusty Roster, luckily for them, does not have a good attack.
You know, I think we're going to look at stats, and I'm pretty sure Pashka's going to be first. There we go.
Snap, I thought he had more than 4K.
Pretty close though. 4K damage the second time today.
If he managed the shot on Papa, it would be above 5.
Yeah, it's the second time today. Diplomat and him.
Yeah, Diplomat. Figo, decent damage, but every other play here came just after that shot. And it was really lucky for him also that Batista was close enough to help him out.
But then again, I blame Forbidden for not covering Bishu very well.
5 seconds later and he would be dead.
Yep. Bishu there. Rip. 0. No, what a surprise. Didn't see that one coming. Did you?
Knocked a good peek there on a hill.
Okay, but now let's forget about that. Utopia getting a little bit greedy, throwing around the way.
I believe Utopia is totally calm about it. They're just going to say, yeah, no problem. We're going to go to next map. And a couple of Polish headers on top of that. I've heard them quite in use here in Katowice. I wonder what they mean.
I have no clue what you're talking about. I do not associate with those kind of things, Mojo.
You're too kind soul.
I am a very young, innocent, pure soul.
Wait. Oh, the ground didn't open. Never mind. So, we're going to mines now. Utopia is defending. That's good for them.
I don't think Rusty Roster can win on the attack on mines.
So far, we've seen them both times they played it, camp, and wait for enemy to suicide on them on mines. And
I mean, Utopia could...
and if enemy loses enough HP, they counter-push the hill, and that's how they win. Or lose, if enemy doesn't do
Utopia could get greedy.
But they just proved it.
I don't think they're going to fall for it. Same trick twice.
Maybe one lucky shot by Artie. Can happen.
They're going to bring Artie? Ah.
Well, they played it so far every time. Yep.
Well, just waiting for our teams to get ready in this one now. I don't know. It still doesn't look good for Utopia. For Rusty Roster. looking at it in the long term.
Well, it's kind of limited when you have to base all your plays by enemies' mistakes and then you exploit them. It kind of limits what your opportunities are because you can't really go and get them yourself. So that's a misplay by Utopia, well used by them, a big gun that made it happen. It was fun for us to watch, but now they actually have to try to master up their forces and do something on their own.
Now, Rusty Roster, I don't think they can bring the same mines they've done so far. I don't think Utopia is going to fall for that one.
At least they will have a good laugh now on TeamSpeak.
Does seem like our lineups already, so let's get into it here. FV215B, Grilla, it doesn't look like a hill lineup.
Yeah, Utopia defensive lineup. This can be used for anything, from climbing to pushing to whatever. On other hand, Rusty Roster, RT play, a lot of budgets, but so far they've proven they really don't know how to climb that best in their team. They didn't utilize any of those that much.
Haven't really seen them do any climbs so far.
Yeah, that's kind of a big miss if you want to contend now in Pro League. They should really pay attention to your videos.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Watch my videos!
They do have the M40 though. Pashka can do the same thing he did against Ding.
Yes, but this is other role because he is attacking now, and the guys that are defending have to give him opportunity to shoot them. It's not like when you're attacking and you're forced to go somewhere.
Let's find out if Utopia can now bring themselves onto match point or Rusty Roster is going to come back as we move into mines. So here we have it now. Utopia is moving towards the hill. Whatever I said, I was wrong. Now, a lot of climbs here from Rusty Roster. They need to make it.
Basista, Figo, catch me.
Oh, so
and
they
let's
do
see,
know the
1,
climbs.
2,
3.
3 out of 3.
But there's a lot
And
of
a
bad
big
shots
fight.
there. There's a lot of bad shots there from Utopia already. They're forced behind these rocks.
Holy rocks.
Oh, these rocks. Now, Prosto. Oh, Prosto is spotted. No, not good. That bad shot dropping down to almost a one-shot as well. Actually, a full one-shot. But the guys from Rusty Roster are trying to peek behind the rocks here now. It's not the greatest position for Utopia anymore. They're getting focused down one by one.
Utopia is in a problem now, actually, after the initial salvo they did, which was really brilliant, and great focus fire. Now they're kind of in a problem here behind the rocks, but it doesn't look like Rusty Roster knows that they can utilize on that.
They catch the lucky break where everybody from Rusty Roster was on reload. So Utopia will have hill
two
control
of them
for
are
now.
on dead Amorek. Both Figo and Basista have dead Amorek.
Halu drops to a one-shot. Catch Me drops to a one-shot as well. Now Pashka is on reload. Chepshashenian is really the only one with HP here.
Prosto surviving on that one shot is actually crucial for Rusty Roster survival at the moment. Oof, we can have a breather now. That was a really nice engagement in the start.
Yeah, and now 5 guys from Rusty Roster are either one-shot or very close to it.
But they're still alive. And Utopia does not know how many of them has actually damaged Amorex, and they're still reloading. Poor guys.
Figo only now has his reload available. Oh boy, Basista is still reloading.
I think Utopia went by that line because they didn't expect Rusty Roster to boost, because same as we didn't, they never saw them boost before, and they played mine several times.
Oh, but Prosto makes a mistake here and gets picked up by Muka.
That's a big problem now. That was crucial position for kind of defensive play that Rusty Roster now needs. But Pashka relocating.
Didn't see this before where he relocated.
Pashka is really great artillery player.
Yes, he is. But now the game has slowed down. Both teams, not so much HP left. It was a hell. There was a hellish 1 minute.
Well, not much can happen now. Rusty Roster is kind of low in HP. Most of their guys are on one shot. They cannot afford to go suicidal anywhere. Only guy with HP is Shepsheshenian in that 1-1-3, but he can melt away in a second. On other hand, Utopia, 2 guys with some HP, Grille and Bachat Muka. Muka definitely will be a guy that can bring them victory.
How does Rusty Roster attack anywhere though? 'Cause nobody of their guys have
They
HP.
need a connection by RT before they can move anywhere. So that arty needs to kill someone or damage someone really heavy, so they could maybe take over the hill back.
Muka here showing off some climbing skills. Kind of surprised they haven't taken the zero line yet.
It is quite strange, really. You would expect that by now one of the Utopia guys would actually go and climb up on zero, and thus far pretty much control 2/3 of the map like that. And it doesn't have to be anyone with high HP. Anyone with like 400 HP is enough.
Now we're 5 minutes 30 left. Milosh will get greedy in this one. Waiting for a connection from Pashka.
Utopia on steroids always wanna move somewhere, do something, peak somewhere. Will
Papavian.
that be their demise here?
Oh, I can do this one as well. In Gorilla. Okay.
Nice.
It's not that hard.
But it's not that easy, and he did this from the first. Nice going on.
Now he did get spotted, so there's the surprise gone. Oof, oof. Loses his gun, repairs it.
Not good. He doesn't know where the RT is also, so he has to bail out right now.
Oh, well, that one didn't work out.
Well, he did try to do some damage to Shepsheshenian. If he managed to damage him one shot, that would be a really good move for Utopia. Slow play here. Everyone is scared at the moment that they will just fail around for no reason. But Utopia has an upper hand, controls the hill, and has 1500 HP up.
Milosh here trying to make some blind shots. Both teams very, very tentative now. Both of them know that any mistake could be their loss.
Super careful, everyone, but Rusty Roster has to do something soon, guys. Shuku controlling the island, and the rest just right there in the middle, so there is no possible rotation.
Do keep in mind there does seem to be a small timer bug there, so do not pay attention to those. Now, Wilkie's in a good position here as well. What is the move for Rusty Roster? I really don't think they can push the hill.
Well, after a long time, it will be their only option again. Maybe Shepsheshenian can try to provoke some reaction there, so Arti can connect, and then one or two guys can try to do a boost and get a hill. That's the only way I can see them win. Bihu spotted there on one shot, but pretty safe.
Yeah, Bihu is hugging this rock.
No damage exchange being done in last couple of minutes. No matter which timer is correct, Rusty Roster still has to push really soon, guys.
I'm guessing the other timer with more time is the correct one. That's usually the case. So we'll
Yeah,
go for that one.
they would be already in the move now.
Oh, but Shepsheshenian
Up.
killed Bishu. Bishu.
Bihu probably peaked on
Yep,
the middle,
he
and he got
there he
wrecked
is.
because of that.
Bihu. Why, oh why are you peeking?
Well, that kind of helps a bit to Rusty, but just a bit. Not much, because the majority of the guys are still alive and have enough HP, and time is ticking away. Time for risky moves.
Catch me here. Just be careful. Muka is there. They spot each other out. Muka knows he needs to get out of there because of Hardy.
Everyone is scared of Pashka after that Dingo match.
Now Figo is going for the boost. Shepsheshenian takes some damage for that. But Stista is still there as well.
Nice.
Nice. Now Shepsheshenian taking even more though in this one. It's not looking that good.
Nice driving
Milosh
there
there.
by Figo.
Nice shell from Shepsheshenian, but Milosh, oh, the bounce.
Oh, Milosh is actually
And
going
the
to
RD miss. And Milosh picks up
Ooh.
Shepsheshenian. That was really important in this
Risk
one.
it for a biscuit. Nice, Milosh. Not many options left for Rusty Roster. Time is running out. HP even more. Amount of guns Quite bad for them, because honestly, once Basista and Figo, if they're even alive, finish off their shells, they will not be able even to reload until the end of the game. This is the last clip they can use.
They have no real ID either where Wilkikut is. So now Halu getting spotted gives them an ID though where he has Catch Me. Has to make his play quickly here. Spots up Papa Pavian. Basista kills Shuku. Still a chance for this one. Muka now taking some damage as well in his bad shot. Picks up Basista, but can Figo pick him up here? No! Muka swings the
Muka
turn and
got
picks
them
up
both.
Figo. That was rather close, one would
It was
say.
super important for Utopia to
And
win
Papa
that.
Pavian picks up Catch Me. And now it's not looking good.
Yeah, well, now we only
If
have
Figo,
Halo and
Figo
Arctic.
got him though,
If Figo got him, this could look like completely different game then. But it's also a question, even if he got him, he would not be able to reload, mate, until the end of the game.
Catch Me as Wilkie, Kurt, picks up Halu, and it's just Pashka here in that artillery. Oh, Pashka, Pashka.
Well, not the best game for him in offense, maybe the better one in defense.
Is aimed on the correct position though.
Oy.
As Wilkie.
People jump to their death rather to get shot with the Pashka. Nice.
As Wilkie Kut decides he'd rather take the easy way out instead of taking the fight. And Pashka, it's going to be all Street Road as now Utopia getting up to match point.
Utopia finally getting to match point, but to do that they will have to break a defense on mines by Rusty Roster.
Can they do it, is the question.
I don't know, because Rusty
Well, I'm
Roster
asking
has a
you.
good one. If they play the old setup and Utopia picks a light one, no. But if Utopia gets an RT and tries to play around with it, maybe.
And the score is 4-1 in favor for Utopia. That beginning fight was really close, but the damage Amorax and was it Prosto going down? Yes, Prosto going down.
But Prosto just went down on one shot, and later he peeked out carelessly and died. I think him surviving on that boost would be really crucial.
Take a look at the stats though from that last round. Halu, you better have like 4k damage.
Who?
Basista here on the hill position. I mean, that was so close there, Muka. 0.01.
Maybe even less. Basista surprisingly doing first damage in his team. Miloš with that FE heavy playing the cooldown against Shepsheshenian brought them a victory there, and pretty much overall equal damage among the rest of the guys. Really slow game after that frenzy in the first minute.
Again, Pashka though. It's the similar story we've seen before. Not really getting any connections on mines.
No,
He's been doing well on defense, but on offense,
it's really hard. We said it. When you don't have any control over the middle, RT cannot make the angles. It cannot rotate fast enough. It cannot just get the angles. You don't have the enemies pinned down well enough to shoot them.
so now Utopia is 4-1 up.
He has a match point, but
They have to
on
break the
attack.
defense.
They are on attack.
I don't know. I think Utopia can do it.
They've seen how Rusty Roster does the defense, but it's really sturdy defense. If they're doing the same one and they're playing with lighter setup, it's really hard to break them. They have good positions and they know how to use them. It looks like a trained thing, finally.
Just thinking about this one, but even if Rusty Roster win this one, then goes down.
Ghost Town, I would definitely favor Utopia there. It's kind of a map where you need more self-awareness from players that are doing less damages. Not much cheese can pass there. It's a symmetrical, more or less map. It will require rotations. That's kind of Utopia game, more than Rusty Roster.
I was expecting so much more from Rusty Roster coming into this one.
No,
I don't think
when
the
I saw
map-
map cycles, I was like, okay, they will take maybe 2 games.
Let's take a look at the lineups though into our possibly last round here, Mojo.
Not surprising, Rusty Roster has an RT and IS-4. Not something we haven't seen before. This is almost the same lineup as before. Utopia, 2-1-1-3s and T49. This might work. This might work. It just depends how they want to play it.
And if Pashka doesn't want shot to their tanks?
Yeah, but if no one pushes the water for start. And I really hope to see one of the Utopia guys climb the hill immediately. I mean the mountain, not the hill.
So let's get into it, into our possibly last round here between these two. Utopia currently 4-1 up over Rusty Roster, and Rusty Roster will be defending.
Pashka going to the corner on K9, so that's the same as they were doing before. They really want him secure there. I'm really interesting to see, is anyone trying to boost? They usually do it with two guys there.
They are doing it with two guys again. Catch me and somebody else there. Prosto
And
gets up.
Prosto as usual, always Prosto going there. It does look like they do not have Basista this time, covering the one cap as they used before. Prosto is safe here, and they even didn't see him boost.
Yeah, but Catch Me driving away from there gives them pretty good ID about that one. Now Prosto got spotted as well.
So they changed a bit the lineup, and they changed the position of tanks. Ice4 is not in same position like in last game. It's proxying below the hill. Catch Me is covering the entrance in the base, and the other Bachats are around the island. So this is the play for Rusty Roster now, and now they need to pray to Pashka to connect the shots.
I mean, Utopia could get very easy zero-line control, just looking at it.
In my eyes, I think they should push some guys up there on the hill. And they should play around with Catch Me then. Nope.
Shuku here is just checking if he gets spotted. That will tell him if anybody's close in the bushes. Now Bishu seems to be the one that will be going up the boost though. Or no. He stops.
Looks like he's waiting for Shuku. Maybe they will go together.
Go together too? No. Maybe it's going to be Shuku himself then that decides to go up. Or maybe they will send two after all, Mojo. Let's find out here. Forbidden just repositioning. Oppa. Yes, no, no.
No. It's the moment when he turned his tank before he entered the climb.
Shuku doesn't decide to do the boost either. Just reloading here.
Shebzheshenian is spotted and he does not even know from who. Does he even have any? He doesn't even have spotting. What is he trying to do there then?
He can just spot them going past the rock though.
Yeah, but like with some binos or something, he could even spot them earlier.
Very slow stuff here from both teams. Now I want to see Utopia take that zero-line control.
It's really expected for Rusty Roster to play slow, we knew that. Unusual position for Muka though. You would expect a Clipper
He's
here.
just trying to spot the island. Shepshashanian takes the first shell there. From Shuku. Plays really well with those bushes there. Now Bishu, I think now is the moment where Bishu will be doing the boost. I mean, Shepshashanian has been pushed back. Bishu should be doing it right now. And there we go, right on cue.
And he did it.
Takes a big one for that though.
But it's worth it. It's not like RT can shoot him now because, hey, RT is stuck in that corner and not on K4. We've seen some teams put an RT together with Grilla on K4 and it actually worked quite well.
Now Bishu, gonna have to see what he can do in this one. Slow stuff here from both teams, which is to be expected at this point.
Forbidden together with Muka watching over the island. Slow advancement by Utopia, making a ground inch by inch. Because at the end of the day, someone will have to attack that Prosto. Ooh,
Nice
Prosto!
shot.
Big shot there. Big shot coming in
He
there.
was very far up and Milosh had an easy shell onto him.
But it was important one.
And Shuku as well.
Yeah, I've been thinking if they start to push, they will actually need two guys there to make sure the Prosto is dead. That's the reason behind it. The only one that I can make of. And since Rusty Roster is playing so slow and passive, they can make a dual push on Catch Me and Ice 4, and those two guys going on Prosto and then clipping on whoever they can in the process.
Now it will be on those 1-1-3s, most likely, to take the bulk of that damage when they do decide to push. And the question is, how will Utopia decide to push? We've seen a lot of teams push that 8 line, but Prosto's position there could be pretty annoying. I don't think they have an idea that Shuko is also here.
Well, they don't know for Shuku for sure. They only know for Bihu, but oh, Catch Me is already taking some damage there, and I don't think he can even see them at the moment.
Yeah, he can. He spotted Shuku,
Now
but those TVPs have to be careful here. They're missing a lot of shells in reality. Missing a hell of a lot of shells here.
Holy, Catch Me is on one shot, and he will be out maybe. Nice.
And there he goes.
Shot.
Bishu picks him up. That's the first big advantage there.
Great
already.
play. Great play here by Shuku and Bihu.
A lot of misses. A lot of misses from Halu and Catch Me.
You do have Halu in team, right? I'm just asking again for 20th time.
Yep. Missed like 2 shells there.
Minimum.
If not even 3. Now, this is not good.
This is a really big misplay, but now they know where they are. The only problem is also Prosto is not 100% HP, so Halu can cover Prosto, but then other sides are in a problem.
Now they can push 8 line though. Remember Vetso with Kazna?
Yep, the base is wide open now. But Shevchenian is a better target for them.
It's not looking good for Rusty Roster in this one, it seems.
It looks like their defense is crumbling because of misplays.
Has the lock to their defense. The secret key.
The big key.
The secret code. But no, still a chance for Rusty Roster in this one, but 3k HP down already.
3k HP and 1 gun.
There comes the push actually. Milosh and Muka want to take
of the map is coming in
here. Papa Pavian, look at him from behind. Also coming in, that IS-4 is done for Milosh. Will be the finishing one? No. Papa Pavian perhaps, as it is Papa Pavian now. Look at that, Shuku is pushing Prosto as well here. Together with Bihu, Prosto will be able to take down one of them. No, actually no, doesn't take down either of them. As now Utopia with such an advantage. What does Rusty Roster do?
Utopia is timing their attacks greatly. Rusty Roster is hoping for Utopia.
Bachka.
Shuku managed to get a kill. But there is still a lot of time for Utopia to just go and kill them or cap or do whatever to do. This is a match point, guys, and this is so over.
This is
sorry,
100%
Rusty,
over.
But you were a Rusty, not Roster, but a Toaster this game.
Halu gets wrecked as well, as it's now all on Basista, the leader, the in-game leader. Nothing he can do.
Run! Not far away,
Can't
though,
even
through
run
water.
in this one as he goes down, and it will be Utopia picking up this match 5-1 Mojo. They cracked the defense. It was a good crack.
Well, Rusty Roster kind of tried to change something, but it didn't work out. Also, that misplay by TVPs helped great deal. Losing Catch Me for nothing. Prosto wasting some HP before that. Crucial plays. It didn't look that big in one moment, but it added up.
All added up, and that will be it. Utopia now picking up
5-1.
5-1. They were on 8 points, right?
They were. Now they will have 11.
Now they will have 11, and Ding also.
Yes, I think so.
So both of them on 11 points now. So great play there from Utopia. Really, except for that one small mistake.
I would say that's not even a mistake, and Shuku really played out this match well. Chasing out that IS-4, that was the best moment of this game. It didn't look like much also, but that was actually crucial part, then allowing himself and Bihu to go up and gradually win the match.
Let's take a look at the stats